Okay, the light is really going, but I really just want to finish this video, and if it makes it, it makes it. Hey everyone, I'm Patricia and welcome back to Sickle Cell. So this video is all about anxiety and sickle cell from my own personal perspective. I'm going to cover anxiety when it comes to sharing that I had this condition with people, anxiety when it comes to pain and having a crisis, and also when it comes to traveling. So mental health, I believe, is a very important subject along with physical health. And it was only in recent years when I actually acknowledged the role that sickle cell plays with the anxiety that I was experiencing, or at least some of it. So when it comes to actually sharing any kind of personal information, this can be uncomfortable for us all. But when it came to sickle cell, for me, it was even more so because it was a condition that wasn't really widely known about or heard about, and still isn't. The actual understanding of the condition and how it affects you, and also the fact that it's an invisible illness. So there was anxiety around that. However, now I don't mind talking about it. When it comes to actually pain and having a sickle cell crisis, that's a separate video in itself, as I have said before, because it's such a large subject to cover. But basically, it is extremely intense amount of pain. So any kind of pain that I feel, automatically I'm thinking, is this a sickle cell crisis? Is it sickle pain? If it is, how long will it last? Or my normal sedatives such as naproxen or opioids like codeine, will they be able to manage the pain? If I take these painkillers, will it work? Will I have to go to hospital? Will I be admitted in hospital? How many injections will I need? All these questions come to mind all at once whenever I have pain, generally. So that's obviously a very, very big part of the anxiety. And what I do to manage that really is basically taking precautions such as having painkillers with me all the time whenever I'm out and about in my bag. If I'm on a night out, I'll put, some sachets in my purse just in case I feel pain, so I'm able to manage it and avoid that whole hospital narrative that's going on in my head. So traveling is another factor that can be very, very anxiety inducing for me, mainly because of the fact that I'm always thinking about the destination I'm going to. And, if I was to have a crisis, if I go to hospital there, will they know about it? Will they be able to manage it? And will they even have morphine to give me? Because some countries don't, as I experienced in India. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. So when I'm traveling, I always prep by drinking a lot of water the night before. Obviously, you gotta drink water anyway, but I drink extra amounts of water the night before I travel, or the day before I travel, leading up to the flight. And obviously for me, carrying a bottle of water is very essential every single day. So when I get to duty free, obviously I pick up some more water there before getting on the flight, down it, chug it down and take some with me on board as well. So obviously sickle cell is something that not everyone knows about, and some air hostesses don't know about it. And I actually experienced that on a flight on the way back from Italy when I was about 16 years old. And I had a really bad crisis. The plane landed. I went straight to Gatwick Airport in an ambulance. From there, straight to a nearby hospital in Crawley, or somewhere near there anyway. And when I got there, they didn't know what sickle cell was, or had never really experienced a patient with sickle cell. And that's in the UK. So obviously there are instances like that whereby this happens. So what I do to help myself with this is I always carry a letter from my consultant which explains I've got sickle cell. It explains all the medication I'm carrying, and also what to do in the event of a crisis if I need to go to hospital, and how much milliliters or milligrams of the medication they need to administer to me. So that's obviously very helpful. So these are some of the things that I do to manage the anxiety that comes with sickle cell for me. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this and what you guys do to manage your anxiety, whether it relates to sickle cell or just anxiety in general.